concept of the Amber Alert, why is it so very difficult for our children, our African children, when they become missing, to get into the Amber Alert and to be broadcast on different forms of media, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I believe that there are a couple of different scenarios that are in play here. I think that first of all, I kind of believe that our African American community, they do care about this children. I must say that up front. I believe that they really do care about their children, because I believe that all children count. And in my experiences in going out and riding with law enforcement and going out and walking the streets, pounding the pavement, and looking for children that did not receive the Amber or whatever. From Ned the Wino on the corner to the gangbangers on the street. When I approach them and show them the information, I mean, there is no doubt that our community cares about our children.
Do you think the community at large, or just a small percentage?
No, I believe the community at large, to answer the question, the community at large does care about our children. I believe the problem is that we still have not tapped into the voluntary partnership of the black media, okay, in getting the information to the people. And I say that because that is extremely critical. You cannot depend on the white media to reach the black community. It does not work. But the avenue to the heart and the ears and the eyes of the black community is rest on the shoulders of the black media. And so that hurdle has been dealt with. I think we're going to continuously have this problem. And, you can have an Amber Alert, but if the black media is not participating, is not actively participating, you're going to have the white media looking in the white areas for our black children, and they're not over there. Okay? I mean, Ray and them are missing in our area. And so that's something I've thought about that for a good while, and trying to make some sense of this. And that's one thing that I see, and that's why earlier this week we were on with the #1 radio talk show host this week, and we were sharing with that broadcast industry the importance of getting the black voice, getting the black community involved. We got to turn our radios off, because Amber worked through a number of things, but the chief thing that it was initially designed to work through are the radios and the television. Okay, and I mean, if we've got CDs in, we won't hear radio, and if we're not on the highway, we won't know about somebody's child missing for a long period of time. But now, and now as it relates again to the fact of, okay, when this information is given to the national media, why then is it not our children given the same exposure as the other Caucasians or so forth? There really is no set answer for that, because the media's involvement with the Amber, it is not a signed contract with the media. It is a voluntary partnership with the media, okay? And so they can pick and choose, unfortunately, they can pick and choose as they so desire. And if there is a black child that is missing and a white child that is missing, and the white child has blonde hair and blue eyes and is prettier than the black child, guess which one is going to get run? Now, I'm just shooting it out there, exactly the way it's happening. And this is why we don't see and we don't hear a lot of our children. Now, here's another thing. A lot of our black children are receiving the Amber Alert. exposed or being, getting the media attention such as, the others are. So we are working, we're putting information out there, but again, it's going to take our black community stepping up, and the black media again is going to have to step up and say, you know what, we are going to volunteer as well. We need the Kathy Hugheses at Radio 1. We need the Tom Joyners. And we need all of these at Reach Media. We need all of these brothers and people of color who have these media giants to step up and say, you know what, we have, if you were to look at the list of the volunteer partnerships, see how many of them are black. And that will explain it right there. If we do not have this a balanced participation in the program, we're going to see exactly what we now see. Okay, a biased Amber Alert system. And even though I'm the founder of it, I have to call it the way that it is.
Right. Very good. Some excellent points there. Yes, you can.
Well, I want, if you don't mind, I want Guy to tell you what he did with the media, the African American media. Guy, are you still there?
Of course, I am. I'm still here. And, when we started to rise up, the whole lot in terms of the creation of it. But the purpose was to reach out to the media, particularly the African American media, the greatest radio and TV. And so, we did a whole lot of research between the staff members and I in finding contact members and sending out our media package and doing all of that. So we sent out a few hundred emails, I should say, to different media outlets, specifically African American media outlets, just to what their interest was. It was kind of slow in coming. There have been some sources that have reached out to us to do newspaper articles, magazine articles, that sort of thing. It's been slow in coming. But just to address the question tonight about whether or not live people care about their own children. That's the question, right? And I think I would actually concur with Pastor Williams. I think that though we care about our children, we say we care, but it's actually really difficult psychologically, emotionally to deal with issues, tragic issues that affect children. And it takes a certain type of person to be able to really internalize the information. Most people choose not to deal with it because it just affects you at a cellular level. It's difficult. I mean, who isn't moved by the news of a child being killed or harmed in any kind of way? It affects you. So as a matter of just trying to protect their own emotions, just try to, not deal with it at all. And I think that's what we're seeing. It's not that we don't care about our own. It's just difficult to listen to and cope with the issue at hand. And the issue at hand is that a large percentage of children that are abducted and hurt in some way in this country are African American.
That's right. And here's something else. Here's the question, and I know it is a difficult subject to deal with. I think even I was in a chat room and was speaking about saving our children, and someone said they couldn't deal with that. So I think it is a tough subject to deal with. But we have, as people, we have tough subjects we have to deal with every single day. And and my question is this. When a child becomes missing, these are some of the things you don't hear about. And I'm going to put a lot of people on the spot right now, but I think it's necessary that we do this. I don't hear the mega churches that come together for these great workshops that they do all over the world. I don't see them calling the whole congregation and saying tonight